In episode 38, it happened like this. My master was handling some business down the mountain when he got into a fight with an expert from the Wild Wolf Gang. He was careless and got hit by a hidden weapon. At first, he didn't pay it any mind. He even managed to kill his opponent. But who could have known that as soon as he returned to the mountains, he immediately fell into a coma from the poison?
Did you seek out other physicians?
Of course I have. If it were a common poison, I wouldn't be troubling the great Dr. Han. That quack? All he could figure out was that my master was poisoned by something uncommon. Beyond that, he knew nothing. He didn't even dare to prescribe a remedy.
I see.
With that, Han Li and his companion fell silent and focused on the journey. But inwardly, he couldn't help but feel a twinge of doubt.
I'm really not that skilled at detoxification. As for treating internal or external injuries, with the help of a few good medicines, I have a decent amount of confidence. If you ask me to treat some rare and potent poison, I really wouldn't be confident. I do have the universal antidote, the clear spirit powder, which can neutralize 100 poisons. But the world is full of countless toxic substances. Who can say for sure if it will work on this one? And the other doctors on the mountain aren't pushovers either. When it comes to common martial world ailments like treating wounds and countering poison, they each have their own special methods. But now, they didn't even dare to prescribe a remedy. That means this poison is truly formidable, far from ordinary. I'll just have to play it by ear and adapt as I go. Even if I can't save him, it won't ruin my reputation. After all, no miracle doctor can truly cure every disease. It shouldn't have much impact on my standing within the sect either.
While Han Li was still carefully pondering his next move, Ma Rong practically dragged him along, half carrying him as they broke into a jog. He kept a tight grip on Han Li's sleeve, pulling him urgently toward Elder Li's residence. Seeing how frantic he was, Han Li knew the bond between master and disciple was truly strong. Han Li felt a deep sense of loss, thinking of his relationship with Dr. Mo. They were called master and disciple, but in truth, they were adversaries.
If only our relationship could be as harmonious as Ma Rong and his masters.
Deep down, Han Li still held a measure of respect for Dr. Mo. After all, his not insignificant medical skills and the eternal spring arts had all been taught to him by the man. While Han Li was lost in his sentimental thoughts, Ma Rong had already led him to Elder Li's residence. Elder Li's residence was neither luxurious nor particularly large, just an ordinary, common house. A simple courtyard was enclosed by a 2-meter-high, half-meter-thick earthen wall, which ran around several closely packed side rooms. The wall facing the road had a simple arched gate. Through the half-open wooden door, he could see a crowd of visitors inside the courtyard. Once inside the courtyard, Han Li realized the actual number of people was far greater than it had appeared from outside. They gathered in small groups, speaking in hushed tones about Elder Li's injuries. Han Li had long heard that Elder Li was one of the few genuinely kind figures among the 7 Mysteries sect's upper echelons. He rarely lost his temper, whether with low-ranking disciples or his peers, and he never schemed for power within the sect. For such a good-natured elder, praise naturally flowed from every corner of the sect, making his popularity remarkably high. Now that Elder Li was in trouble, all the people of standing felt they had to show face. Whether out of genuine concern or mere pretense, they either came in person or sent someone to pay their respects. That's what led to this gathering you see before you. As soon as Han Li stepped into the courtyard, the assembled crowd recognized him. They all rushed to greet him at once.
Dr. Han.
Hello, Dr. Han.
Dr. Han is here.
He smiled and returned every greeting, the picture of politeness to all these enthusiastic faces. But in his heart he was thoroughly sick of their hollow flattery. His status was too low to get a word in, so Ma Rong could only stand by and watch Han Li get bogged down in all that sticky, tedious socializing. He was practically burning with anxiety, his hands wringing together non-stop. Finally, after Han Li had exchanged pleasantries with the last person, Ma Rong couldn't hold back any longer. He immediately rushed forward, grabbed Han Li's arm, and pulled him toward the house. This brash move drew looks of displeasure from those who had hoped to curry favor with the great Dr. Han.
At least I didn't have to offend anyone to shake off those chatterboxes.
And just like that, Han Li was pulled straight into the living room by Ma Rong. There weren't many people inside. Aside from a few family members, there were also 2 elders and Deputy Sect Master Ma. But to Han Li's great astonishment, Li Feiyu was inside the room as well.
Why is he here?
Just as he was full of questions, Han Li saw Li Feiyu standing beside a petite young woman with tear-streaked cheeks, constantly comforting her. His eager, attentive manner was the very picture of a man hopelessly in love. Seeing him like this, Han Li suddenly understood. He couldn't help but feel a bit surprised, and also found it rather funny. He immediately took a closer look at the woman's appearance, curious to see just what kind of stunning, captivating beauty could have tamed a lawless desperado like Li Feiyu. The girl looked to be about 15 or 16. A jade hairpin adorned her head, and she wore a lotus green dress. Her petite frame was perfectly complemented by her jet black hair, which was styled into 2 small braids that fell down her back. This playful touch added a hint of mischief to her already sweet and lovely face. But right now, her eyes are a bit red and swollen, making her look utterly pitiful. It stirs an impulse to pull her into your arms and comfort her.
She really is a genuine little beauty.
Han Li marveled inwardly for a moment. It was no wonder Li Feiyu had fallen into this woman's web. But there was also a twinge of envy and jealousy. When would he ever find a soulmate of his own?
Sect Master Ma, Elder Qin.
Ah, Dr. Han is here.
It's Dr. Han. Why add the little?
Elder Qin gave a cold nod, the exact opposite of Sect Master Ma's attitude. But Han Li didn't take it personally. He knew the elder cultivated a unique internal art that required severing all emotion and desire, making him this aloof with everyone. The other elder was a burly man with a ruddy complexion, a complete stranger to Han Li. He must have never met him before. But his palms were rough, his fingers short and thick, clear signs of specialized hand training.
This is Elder Zhao, a close friend of my master. He's been overseeing the treasure hall outside the mountains, and only returned a couple of days ago.
Elder Zhao said nothing, but the deep suspicion in his eyes was plain to see. He clearly had little faith in the medical skills of this divine Dr. Han he'd been asked to summon, given how young the man was. Since this Elder Zhao clearly wasn't welcoming, Han Li wasn't about to kiss up to someone who gave him the cold shoulder. He offered a perfunctory greeting and made to step past the man. Sect Master Ma seemed to sense the tension between the 2 men. Far from being concerned, a faint glimmer of satisfaction flickered across his face.
Although Dr. Han is young, his medical skills are nothing short of miraculous. I'm sure Elder Li will be brought back from the brink.
Is that so? You're so young. Is your medical skill really that advanced? I find that rather hard to believe. Could his skills really surpass Dr. Mo's?
This elder had a fiery temper. Provoked by Sect Master Ma, he fell right into the trap and, right in front of Han Li, blurted out his distrust without a second thought. That statement left the few family elders standing nearby at a complete loss for what to do. Of course we can't agree. We're counting on this young miracle doctor to cure us. But speaking out to refute him didn't seem appropriate either. After all, the other party was Elder Li's close friend and a senior to most of the people present. Sect Master Ma was secretly pleased.
Elder Zhao, you're not aware, but young Dr. Han is Dr. Mo's prized disciple. His medical skills have already surpassed his master's, far exceeding Dr. Mo's own.
A kid barely in his teens? How skilled could he possibly be even if he started learning medicine in the womb? I still don't believe it, not unless I see it with my own eyes.
Elder Zhao shook his head like a palm leaf fan, still completely unaware that he'd fallen into the other party's trap and offended someone he should never have crossed. Han Li, standing off to the side, could only roll his eyes at the whole exchange.
The quality of my medical skills is not for you to judge.
He knew full well that Sect Master Ma had baited him into saying it, but he still felt a bit annoyed. Clearly, Elder Zhao and Sect Master Ma were not from the same faction. In fact, there was a distinct air of hostility between them.
Elder Zhao's primordial chaos hand technique has been refined to a state of perfection. Its power is boundless.
Seeing the displeasure on Han Li's face, Sect Master Ma's inner delight only grew. Then, in a sudden pivot, he made a pointed, seemingly nonsensical remark.
How could it possibly compare to the purity of Sect Master Ma's profound yin finger?
Elder Zhao, you flatter me.
This Sect Master Ma was clearly a man who smiled while hiding a knife. He paid no mind to the veiled sarcasm in Elder Zhao's words, and with a beaming smile he accepted the other's insincere flattery. This wasn't the first time Elder Zhao had faced a situation like this. He was helpless against it and had no desire to keep tangling with such a shameless opponent, so he simply fell silent. He was just a bit baffled by why the other party would suddenly say something like that to him at this moment.
Sect Master Ma and I may not be from the same faction, but this is the first time he's openly exposed the conflict among the higher-ups in front of so many juniors. I wonder what scheme he's plotting.
Han Li listened to their pointed exchange, his expression utterly unchanged, feigning complete ignorance. But in truth, he was well aware that Sect Master Ma was once again trying to drive a wedge between him and the other high-ranking members. Ever since Sect Master Ma had that one encounter with Han Li, he'd been dropping hints more than once, trying to recruit this highly skilled physician into his own faction to expand his influence.